Growing up, I had a lot of issues, especially internally, and then from going into secondary school, that's when like a lot of cliques were made, a lot of groups were made. So it's either you were part of the popular group, you were part of like the not so popular group, or you're part of the ones that got picked on the most. And of course, I was the one that was in the group that got picked on. So from that, it developed a lot of insecurities, a lot of issues for me internally. Things of I'm not loved, I'm not liked. Maybe it's the way I look, maybe it's the way I talk, the way I act. When I was younger, from around the age of 14 to around the age of 16, it was me eating to numb the pain. So me eating to make myself feel happy, to stop feeling sad. Like, 'cause of course, food is a comforter. So I use that in like a wide scale. So with that, then it got to me like getting to around, I believe it was year 9, year 10. That's when I realized like cool. That's when like the whole thing of girls started showing up. So it's like, okay, girls don't really like the guys that are like more chubbier. They like the guys that are more slimmer, that look more nicer. So it went from me eating a lot to me not eating at all. So it'd be days where like I went about eating, like it got to a point where like I forgot that I needed to eat. So I wouldn't eat because I'm hungry. I would eat because okay, I've not eaten in a while. I need to eat to carry on. So hunger kind of got like locked off from my body. Even now, there's certain people here and there where it's think of being larger or being like more on the chubbier side is never accepted. It's always seen as a shame. It's always seen as like a defect. It's always seen as okay, this is ugly. We don't want this. And like the more slimmers is like okay, this is what we want. So of course, from when I used to stress eat, when I became bigger, saying like, cool, no one wants this. I need to become slim. I need to like slim down. So I lost like a hell of weight. And as I think of like, okay, now I need to constantly stay like this. I need to make sure that whatever I'm doing, I'm not eating too much because I want to stay like this, or I'm not doing this because I don't want to lose like the physique that I have. So it's that sense of like, I was really the main pressure for me was that I wasn't doing it for myself anymore. I was eating, or this in this sense, like not eating for other people. I was constantly, and I mean like constantly fatigued. I was constantly tired. Like there was times where like, because of the fact that I've not eaten for a while, I was angry, I was cranky. I was very, like maybe very antisocial, very hostile towards people. And of course it had an effect on my relationships as well. So not only with my family, but my friends, those around me. Like people could see something was up, something wasn't right with me. It also affected my studies as well. I was never focused because there was no energy inside of me. It was just like I was literally running on like my own. I was running on my own energy. I was running on my own steam. There was no fuel source. I didn't understand what it actually was. So it was actually a friend of mine that actually like sat me down and said, "Okay, Junior, you have an eating disorder." That I really said to myself, "Oh wow, like it's actually a real thing." One thing I did to, of course, like help me with this, to really tackle this, was not only take a step back and like acknowledge what's going on, but also speak to other people around me. So I made sure to not keep this inside. So whether I was at home or like with my friends, I let them know, okay guys, because it was open, like people around me knew, okay, cool, Junior suffers with this, so how can we as people around him help him to get out of this? You have to literally force yourself out of the cycle. Once you do that, once you like break out of this habit that you have, it's much easier to break into a new one. I have to now try and like retrain my body into becoming hungry, into like eating more on like a consistent basis, applying this. And I'm not gonna lie, it was not easy, because with me, there's sometimes like, even now, there's sometimes where I forget to eat. Not because it's still an issue for me, but just because I grew up with this thing. So, a bit of advice from me to you: speak about it. Don't let it be something that you hold in for years and years, like myself. I know right now it feels like something's up with you, like you're not well, you're not right. It happens. But what you have to do is make sure not to dwell on it. There's a solution there, go for the solution, and sooner or later, your life will be better.